back a little piece of the using for the females, but it's perfect. Welcome at Miller TCLs. He's here. He's finally here. Batman animated action figure from DC Collectibles. They're making 6-inch action figures based on the most and one of the greatest Batman cartoons I've seen in a long time, or anyone's seen ever from the 90s. So right here, they're starting off with the new adventures of Batman. It's basically going by both cartoons. You have Batman, the animated series, and you have the new adventures of Batman. So what they said, DC Collectibles, they basically you get 3 based off of one cartoon and 1 figure off the new one, and then vice versa, it reverses. You get 3 based on the new adventures and 1 based on the animated series. So if this line really becomes popular, we could be seeing a lot of characters from this line, which would be great. So let's take a quick look at the package. As you can tell, I'm really excited because I just love the cartoon, and now we get 6-inch figures. So yeah, let's just get down to it. So right off the back, we have the packaging of Batman. Basically, it's a silhouette of Batman and Robin and Nightwing in the background. The packaging is on a ballistic card. It's not clamshell, which is good. It's not resealable, which is, I guess, so-so for those of you who might want to take them out, put them back in the packaging. But either way, the packaging is very, I guess, user-friendly for opening. There you see at the bottom the new the new Batman Adventures. It says DC Collectibles logo. It says 01, like a lot of figures like from Funko and or the pop vinyls and stuff. They're numbering the figures on the side and everything like that. On the side, not much, just basically showing what you're getting inside of the Batman figure, as well as who's been sculpted by. It's been sculpted by Irene Matar. On the back, I thought there would be a little bit more. Basically, it's just the same silhouette you see in the front, but a little bit more vibrant and more out there with Batman, Nightwing, and Robin. I'm just going to quick look at this packaging because there's really most of the detail, most of the stuff that you really, it's basically all in the figure. So the packaging is very basic but very recognizable. There you have the logo there again, the new Batman Adventures, Batman 01, DC Collectibles. Alright, so let's take a look inside. So you can see it's a picture silhouette of Batman the animated series and the new the new Batman Adventures. So basically, like I was mentioning earlier on, these are the 2 cartoons that they're going to mix match on the figures. Either you get 3 from this cartoon, then 1 from this one, and vice versa. Now on the other side is a checklist of the first 12 figures that you're going to see in this series. So the first 4 here, we have Batman, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Catwoman. At the bottom here you have Joker, Robin, Man-Bat, Poison Ivy. And at the bottom you have Killer Croc, Robin, Creeper, and Harley Quinn. So this is basically the first, I guess you can call it pamphlet wave, or first 12 figures that we should be seeing in the next 2 to 3 months right now. And I guess basing on how this line does, we'll definitely see more, which I want to see like a lot more. Alright, and here we are with Batman, the new adventures of Batman. Right off the bat, this figure is amazing. As you can see, I have him standing up pretty much by himself due to his skinny legs, but he actually does stand pretty well. So we're going to go into the articulation. Basically, he's on the ball jointed head, goes up, down, left, right. He also has shoulder articulation, can go straight up. He has elbow articulation with elbow swivel, wrist articulation with wrist swivel. He has waist articulation, no ab crunch, which is okay. I find it's okay for this type of figure. Legs sit upwards, Straightforward. He has articulation, so he can pretty much almost do the splits. He has knee articulation. He has swivel at the boot articulation. And he has ankle articulation. Ankle goes point leg like he's diving mode. Or he can just have him up straight. This cape here, very pliable. As I mentioned in some of my other videos, I love it when they do capes that are, if it's not going to be cloth, then I'd rather them have it like pliable type thing, so it makes sense and it feels better overall. Like it's really nice and soft. So he has a lot of accessories, which we're going to get right to. I'm going to start off with the whole cape. So he comes with two capes. This one's the like blowing in the wind cape, and he comes with another standard over the shoulder cape. So to get that one on, believe it or not, doing a little take from the Masters of the Universe figure. Pop his head off, remove the cape, and put the new cape on. And then after, you pop his head right back onto this cape. I mean, the body. And there you go. And then you have the standard Batman menacing pose just standing there. Batman comes with like 6 hands. It's kind of like a Hot Toys type thing. So he comes with 6 hands. Actually 7 hands, because one of them has his grappling gun gripped in it. He comes with a spare grappling gun and a batarang. So you have many different ways of posing Batman. Alright, so in order to pose Batman with his different hands, it's basically you just take the Batman figure and get a good grip on him. Easy, very easy to unplug his hands and to plug it back in, the one that you require or the one you wish for him to be holding. And it's that simple. I'm going to do the other one just a quick to show you. Just take off his hand and you plug in the other one. It fits in nice and grip tight in there. Still has the same articulation. And there you go. So now Batman has 2 different hands. This hand here that I just plugged in is basically to hold his batarang. So here he has the batarang and he's ready. Just use the grappling hook as well. So I'm going to do a little montage of different poses that you can do with your Batman. So you have the I'm gonna throw the batarang bat pose hands. The come and get me or hand me the file hands, which can actually still hold a batarang as well. Are also karate hands, because they're a little bit more straight than the other ones. And then there's the open grip hands, which can hold his other grappling hook. I believe the straight hands too can hold his grappling hook. And another thing that I discovered about the grappling hook is they both have a separating front piece. So the one that's already infused into his hand, the little piece actually comes off. So then there's a little hole. I believe he's used this before in many episodes if he has to like shock somebody, or even more so when he first meets Superman. So as you can see there, it's a piece that comes off of the front, so it can shock, like if he's shooting at robots or any type of equipment. He basically just shoots it there, and it's pretty neat that they added this little thing feature. There's nothing really to put to add like a string or something like that. Maybe one of the later Batmans, or if there's another batarang for hold, you can do that, but I found that very neat. Which brings us to our last accessory, which is the stand. Jim Fleischer, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, saw when these figures were in development, and people's main concern was the skinny legs due to, like, I guess, most figures that have like a heavy upper body and small legs don't really stand well. So he came up with this stand to be included, not something you have to buy separate. Included. Yeah, anyone who has the Mattel's Justice League knows that those figures are hard to stand, and even with the regular stands to put in the foot pegs, they kind of warp a bit and they bend over and fall down. So what we got here is a stand which is really not just basically any plain old stand. Basically you have a three-sided rendition of Batman, front, side, and back, reminiscent of like the Marvel Universe cards that you used to have there, where they give you the 3-figure profile. You have the silhouette of the Batman there, so it's called a Batman turnaround. See, I'm trying to figure out the name, and the name's right there. Anyways, it's a turnaround of the actual character. I believe all these figures are going to come with this turnaround pose and picture. So basically what you do is just put that in there, and here you have like what's a claw type thing to grip the figure accordingly, because you know some will be smaller than others and some will be bigger than others as well, and you just set it up like that. And here we have Batman with the stand. You can adjust them any which way you want, and the stand itself, it slides up and down, so the taller the figure, the bigger the figure. You can go higher or you can go lower. I guess when they make Killer Croc or Man Bat, they might have a longer clear piece in the back. The clear piece does have a groove. I forgot to mention that before. So there's only one way to really put that the pin, the clear pin inside the hole to make sure it's firm. So it will not twist or anything. That it does not move. But the claw part here for the figure does go up and down and can squeeze more as tight as you need it to be, to hold the figure in place, which I thought is a brilliant idea for something like this. So that should ease fans' minds and collectors' minds about this figure toppling over in the display case, or however they want to display it. DC Collectibles has thought about that ahead of time, made the necessary changes, and now you can pose your animated Batman figure without having to worry about it having a domino effect. And here we have before and after. So as you can see, they say it's a 6-inch line, but he's a little under 6 inches. He's probably about 5.5 or 5.75 roughly, because this is a DC Universe Classics figure, which is taller. This is the DC Collectibles figure, which is taller, which is by the standards the normal DC Collectible figures size that they do anyway. And here we have the regular animated size figure, which is like 4 inches tall, same design. I must say I'm really impressed by the way he looks. He looks exactly like the animated series Batman from the cartoon, which is really impressive. Other than the height, which I don't really mind, it's very nice figure. And also I forgot to mention that even though the cape is on him when he's in the package, there were no dark marks on his uniform whatsoever. There was no cape sticking to his sticking to the figure, that when I took off the cape there will be like, I thought there would be black marks or something like that on him. Nothing at all. It was clean. So overall, I give this figure a 12 on 10. Excuse me, or 10 on 10. It's really amazing. DC Collectibles has really outdone themselves with this figure. First time 6-inch animated figure here, Batman, and they really have knocked it out of the park. For anyone who's a Batman fan, who loves this cartoon, I would highly recommend getting this figure and getting this series, because it looks like it's going to be just incredibly awesome. And if it's any evidence of how they've been doing with their Arkham Batman figures, you know we're going to get a lot of characters from this line, from the 2 cartoons that were out there, 2 animated series, figures that never saw the light of day in plastic, different versions of like Joker and Two-Face and Poison Ivy based on which cartoon they're taking it from. It's gonna be pretty cool. I do hope in the future that this line is very successful, that it inspires them to do the Superman animated series as well. I find that would be really great to have like an animated Turban there, the police officer, or even Darkseid, Granny Goodness, or Jimmy Olsen animated series type style, anybody animated series type style. And who knows, they can even go beyond that and start doing the Justice League, kind of like how like Mattel did their 3 3/4 inch figures, 4-inch figures a couple years back. If they start going to that realm and providing all the changeable type of hands or extra accessories, they have a bona fide hit on their hands. Alright, so this is Scorpion72 for a review of Batman, the new Avengers Batman from the new Batman animated series line from DC Collectables. He is available at specialty shops, online retailers, comic book shops right now. I believe he'll probably go really fast. He's going to hit home for a lot of people who grew up watching that cartoon, as well as other Batman fans. So if you see him, I suggest picking him up. The other 3 figures in the first wave should be coming out in the next week or 2, but they started off with Batman, I guess was ready, or I don't know what the case, why only Batman came out. I guess it's the same way like with the little Gotham figures, only Batman came out last week, and Robin and Harley Quinn came out this week, and it's still the Joker that's supposed to come out, I guess, in a week or 2. But whatever the case is, they're coming. It should be all here by Christmas, at least the first wave of the animated series, and it should be here before Christmas time, which would be great. And I look forward to seeing what other figures I have lined up in the future. Alright, so Scorpion72 signing off for review of Batman, and until next time, keep playing.